It's another brand new week, and welcome to another brand new episode of our weekly devotion with yours truly. Woohoo! Well, this week I want to talk about the importance of being authentic and being true to yourself. Author Shannon L. Adler once said this: one of the greatest regrets in life is being what others want you to be rather than being true to yourself. Well, we cannot live with authenticity if we are living for the approval of others. You know that. We feel trapped as a result of that. Now, feeling appreciated is not a bad thing in itself. We all need that too. It can be affirming and positive, but it becomes a problem when it becomes the focus of all that you do. While trying to impress people all the time can be exhausting, and it minimizes your importance and your individuality. Being overly concerned about the opinions of others can also be damaging to your self-esteem too. Hey, yeah, you got to be concerned about what others think of you, but you also need to know that you got to be real and be true to yourself. Well, according to Dr. Linda Sapadin, seeking approval from others can result in three things. Number one, it can be draining because you use up all your energy. You use up so much energy seeking approval that you cannot focus on what's important to you anymore. It can be draining, it can be diminishing because your own needs often end up at the bottom of the pile, that you don't do things for yourself when you are doing things for others. Number three, it can be disappointing because no matter how hard you try, some people still won't like you. So appreciate what you do and value your own opinion. All right, if you are trapped in this cycle of seeking approval from people all the time, then here are my 5 suggestions in order to break this cycle. Number one, find your own identity. So the only way for your authentic self to emerge is when you discard the image that you have been trying so hard to project to meet the expectation of others about you. So in keeping with this, make it a priority to discover yourself to avoid living an inauthentic life. People who live authentically report a surprising increase in synchronicity and serendipity in their lives. With all this comes a deepening of trust and faith in other people too. So number one, if you want to live an authentic life and break the cycle of being trapped, number one, find your identity. Number two, find your voice. You don't have to be pressured to go along with something that you don't actually believe in. Some people would use disapproval as a means of getting what they want out of you. So they just play to their advantage, but to your disadvantage. But then, actually, what happened when someone disapproves of you? Nothing. You may suffer from a little anxiety or embarrassment, but it will soon pass. You see, knowing this can free you to say no to behaviors that oppose your values. So number one, find your identity. Number two, find your voice. Number three, find your tribe. Do not take rejection and abandonment personally. It can be hard at first, but learn to walk away from people who don't want the best for you. There are people who just want the best for themselves and take advantage of you. So we have to learn to differentiate these people from those who love you and those who have best interests at heart. If you want a genuine tribe to hang around with, you got to be genuine first. Who you project yourself to be will determine who will gravitate towards you. Remember, your vibe attracts your tribe. Those who mind don't matter, and those who matter, they don't mind. 5 suggestions how to break the cycle of living an inauthentic life. Number 1, find your identity. Number 2, find your voice. Number 3, find your tribe. And number 4, find your element. In his best-selling book, Finding Your Element, Sir Ken Robinson wrote that when you combine what you're good at with what you like, you will discover happiness regardless of what society tells you. So your passion and your proficiency, when they come together, you don't have to work for another day. It's because you found your element. You're in your element, right? However, you have to really prepare to work diligently at it because it requires practice and perseverance. Well, you also need to let go of any negative thoughts, even when you have not done your best. Learn to forgive yourself, learn from the experience, and commit to trying harder next time. Hey. If you want to live an authentic life, number one, find your identity. Number two, find your voice. Number three, find your tribe. Number four, find your element. Number five, which is one of the most important things in life, is to find your purpose. You see, when you have found the purpose of your life, you tend to live a more meaningful existence than those who don't. So when people know their purpose in life, they enjoy every minute of it. Woo-hoo. They take pleasure in living a purpose-driven life and are better at tackling every situation in a more productive way, right? Because you know where you're going. So knowing your purpose helps you to find your true passion, and that passion becomes a vital motivation for you to achieve something extraordinary. Okay, so here are my 5 suggestions on how to live an authentic life and break from the cycle of needing approval from people all the time. Number 1, find your identity. Number 2, find your voice. Number 3, find your tribe. Number 4, find your element. And number 5, find your purpose. I want to close with some powerful quotes that may encourage you this week. John Wooden, the famous American basketball coach, once said this: "Be true to yourself. Make each day a masterpiece. Help others. Drink deeply from good books. Make friendship a fine art. Build a shelter against a rainy day." Apostle Paul in Philippians chapter 12 verse 2 says, "Do not conform to this world." Do not conform to this world, right? But be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing it, you may discern what the will of God is for your life, what is good and acceptable and perfect. All right, I hope you have a great week ahead. God bless you all, and ciao. Woo!